Virgo.
Hello everyone, I would just like to take a slight moment off the top here before we start our July forecast. I just want to thank you all for the inspiration you give me that again can hopefully be inspiring you. I would love to thank each and every country, but that would be a long list. We are now being viewed in 177 countries. So you know who you are when I thank you for that blessing and for you sharing these videos. And also I want to thank those of you that I've been able to touch in a personal level in our personal private readings. I want to say hello to all of you, and you know who you are. So let's take a look at what July is going to bring you. Hello Virgo, this is your forecast for July of 2013. And this month we're going to start off a little bit on a strong note. There's an issue on the very top of the month on July 1st. We have Venus, which rules emotions, but also material things and money. There's a square coming up with Saturn. So there might be a situation where you may have to really dig deep to your own inner sense of authority and take charge of a certain situation. And it might trigger some reaction in you because the Sun on the very same day is opposed to Pluto. And Pluto may want to react. You know, Pluto is quite reactive when it's in opposition to one of the luminaries, which is the Sun in this case. So if anybody's pushing your buttons here on this day, well, they will see a reaction from you, because I see you on your toes right there, you know, and straightening this out. And then I see already by the 3rd, you're going to be able to kind of walk away from whatever that was. The Sun will then square Uranus. And so whatever needed to go or be dealt with will have been dealt with there on the 3rd. But it's kind of like coming a little bit out of the blue. So whatever that is, you'll know what it is. But it's passing really, really quickly, because here already coming in on the 7th and the 8th, we got great things taking place where Venus is happy again. Okay, there's whatever surprise coming to her. As always, Uranus brings these unexpected situations, but there's a golden triangle there. And on the same day, you know, we have great news about Saturn finally, after 5 months, going direct again. And we're always happy when Saturn is up and running. He may be a little heavy and a little slow, but you know what? He's our anchor. And we need that anchor in life. And so yes, and also it's the new moon here on the 8th as well. And for you, that will be in the 11th house. House of friendships, hopes and dreams, you know, and networking, people that you associate with also out in wider areas, wider circles, not necessarily your closest inner circles. Yes, this new moon is a time for intentions of perhaps for you, because you're going to have a good feeling this month, because you're going to be quite social. And so for you, it would more take that feeling, that sense, and say, I want more of this. I'm going to give myself more time, more room to take time off from work and be with my friends, socialize and hang out more with my friends. You know, because this new moon here is also crowned and flanked by Jupiter and Mercury as well. So this area of your chart this month is really lit up. Okay, so it's feeding you, it's nurturing you. It's like you catching up on something that you haven't been able to do for a long time. So perfect intention for this new moon, because it's in the sign of Cancer. And Cancer is all about nurturing. You know how nurturing these Cancerians can be. And this is also you acknowledging that you're nurturing yourself and healing yourself by spending more time with friends who really mean something to you. Then we're moving right along. Jupiter moved into Cancer here on June 25th, out of your house of career. You've had that there for an entire year. Now Jupiter has moved into your social sector. And how timely is that when the new moon also is there? That only happens once a year. Just as Jupiter kind of comes in, because Jupiter is going to expand this house. So as your intention of wanting to take more time off and hang a little bit more loose, Jupiter is coming in to make sure you're going to hang more loose this year. She's going to be there from June 25th to summer of 2014. You have a whole year where you might be traveling a whole lot more and seeing friends abroad, perhaps, as well. Jupiter always loves to take us to new countries and experience new people and places and foods and cultures. So it's going to be a fun year. Every 12 years you get visited here by Jupiter, so you want to enjoy it while she lasts. And then we have something really interesting, because just as all this is taking place, Mars moves into that party. And Mercury is still there too. So you have now this whole stellium in your 11th house. Mars rules men. It's been in the sign of Gemini, so you might have been receiving also, for some of you at least, been receiving double signals. Excuse me, my allergies. So you might have been receiving some double signals from either a man or men around you that will say one thing and then do another, or say something and not follow through, but then comes back in and around, and it's like, I mean, that can drive anybody crazy, right? Because there's no stability there. But that's going to lead on the 13th as Mars joins the crowd into the social house, and then committing to whatever the deal or the promise or what you have been talking about will be there. And this Mars is going to be touching up with Jupiter, and put the two of those two together. Jupiter is already huge and largest object in the solar system, full of abundance and happy-go-lucky, and then Mars coming in there energizing it. You can expect a fantastic time here July. And I will say that this male person that's around you, it could be another one coming in. Doesn't show that. But you're going to have a super wonderful time with men at this time here, where things just seems very upbeat, jovial, happy-go-lucky. You may be traveling together or meeting somebody on a travel. So this is going to be the fun part for you here in July, Virgo. And then we have some dates I really want you to pay attention to, because this is quite unique. We have a golden triangle in the sky, in the heavens here this month, and they're all in water signs. And water really works well with you, Virgo, because those elements, they blend. But yes, we have here Jupiter in Cancer, we got Neptune in Pisces, and then we also have Saturn in Scorpio. Now, these three are going to come together. First, it's Jupiter and Saturn, and then Jupiter and Neptune on the 17th. So on the same day, Jupiter is beaming her abundance out to Neptune. What does Neptune do? Neptune dreams. It's the ideal, right? And Jupiter is like humongous. So huge dreams, something that just feels like otherworldly in many ways, like too good to be true, is there. But then again, you know, having huge dreams is good for nothing if it can't be rooted into reality. So the third actor in this is Saturn. And thank God Saturn is now awake ever since the 9th. Saturn is now here to say, you want to dream and you want to dream big? Okay, go for it. I'm right here and I will support you. I will back you on this. So you might be making some plans. For you, this is the 11th house. So making plans with friends, perhaps, or committing to some dream of doing something in a foreign country. I can't say necessarily that you might move to another country, but you can be dreaming about it. And watch out what you dream for, though. Pray for, because it may happen this time because of Saturn there. And then Saturn on the 19th, that already gave the green light here, is coming in and trining what? Neptune. Trining the dream. the higher frequency that's so difficult to come into a 3D reality is now getting a 3D body to its dream already 2 days later. So between the 17th and 19th, you're going to be talking about something that you would love to do, and you know what? And it may happen. And then on the 20th, the day after, Mars is joining that party, and it is going to give a lot of oomph both to Neptune and to Saturn, meaning taking some direct action. So you're not just dreaming and thinking, but you're actually doing, you're acting upon this, doing some research, picking up the phone, calling people to see how viable this dream is. It's going to happen like this, back to back. And then Venus coming in to your sign here on the 22nd, right afterwards. And to have Venus in your sign is very empowering. And it also means that it's coming into your first house. And Venus is what you love or who you love, right? So you're bringing and being tied into this whole constellation. You might love what it is you've been planning. And the first house is all about putting it out there. So this is not a dream that's going to linger for months on the back burner. It's like taking action on something and then going for it with Mars. Venus is going to show it to the world. You're not going to be secretly, planning this for forever. You're actually taking some action and then boom, boom, boom. So I want to hear back from you, towards the end of July, just to see what you did with this energy and let the other viewers also in on what happened here with you. So, and then the end of the month, we got Venus and Jupiter, love and expansion on the 28th. They're really doing good together. They're very harmonized. I see you really thriving and Jupiter just buzzing you, and then this Venus also being trine here on the 30th with Pluto, with intensity, with passion. So if you find a new person here, second half of July, let me tell you, it's a good relationship. It's going to be very intense, very, very beautiful. Might have something to do with foreign countries. For those of you already in a relationship, the very same thing, you will see that your relationship this month is going to take on a deeper, more committed turn of events, and it's going to be quite intense and passionate there by the end of this month. So then we also have, just to add here at the very end, your full moon on July 22nd. For you, that's going to be in your 6th house. So, and this is on the 22nd when Venus moves into your house, where the sun moves into Leo. So for you, it's like there's so much going on here under this full moon, and it's already analyzing and computing this new situation of yours. I can only call it a new situation. And then the moon is full and you might feel like you're bursting out over your own boundaries. But it's good though, but it tries to stay real because it's in your 6th house for being practical and realistic, and you're trying to organize, and since there's so much overwhelming happening at the same time, you're still being the Virgo that you are, and the full moon to your house that you rule, 6th house, you're trying to organize how all this can come together. Because if this and this and this is going to happen, well, then you got to clear out this, this, and that. So you're going to be like a multi-computer on speed this month. And I am happy for you because you deserve this kind of happiness. You deserve this kind of excitement. And I'm so happy that Saturn, of all planets, is now moving directly to support you through all this. So I just want to end here. When I get questions, why do astrologers always say listen to your moon sign and rising sign? And are they valid, or is one of them more important than the other? They're all important. Your sun sign only shows that the sun was moving through your sign at that very time of birth. But the moon and the other planets were also scattered around the solar system. And the moon was in a specific time at that time of birth. And it's important to read that because as the sun radiates and acts, the moon reflects the sun and it introverts. It's how we are, how we feel on the inside. The sun acts, the moon reacts. okay? So when you listen to your moon sign forecast, that's the forecast of your inner self, your inner emotional state, your feelings for the coming month. The sun chart, solar chart may not pay attention too much to that, even though we tried to pick that up here too. And then the rising sign is the sign that came up over the horizon at that very moment of birth. And we read our rising sign forecast because that will resonate to what's coming into your life that you can start putting out. What's rising, what energies are lifting, rising, being ready to be presented and shot out to the world at large. So the three of them are quite important. It's how you present yourself to the world at large, is that rising sign. So yes, do go listen to them. It's always such a treat to speak with you, Virgo. Love it, and I look forward to it each and every month. So I will see you next month. Bye now.